resilience in the face of adversity. We've all experienced this, and we will all continue to experience this. And here we want to stress a poignant fact. The path to success is rarely linear. It's fraught with obstacles and setbacks and unexpected challenges. Resilience is the ability to bounce back. Perfect. What a morning. What a morning. Good morning, world. Welcome to this week's Infinite Wisdom Experience. I'm Ross. This is Gary, and we are going to rock your world with today's topic. Today, we look at the high stakes arena of business and entrepreneurship, and even as high as the C-suite executives. We all seem to find we're constantly bombarded with these strategic initiatives and ambitious goals and the relentless pressure to continually innovate. And we meticulously craft plans and we allocate resources and we set timelines only to witness far too often those carefully laid plans, they falter, they lose their momentum, or worse, vanish entirely. And let's be brutally honest. How many times have you seen a project doomed for failure? Even though it was brimming with potential, but it falls victim to shifting priorities or unforeseen obstacles or simply a lack of sustained focus. A recent study by the Project Management Institute revealed a staggering statistic. Over 70% of strategic plans fail to achieve their intended outcomes. This isn't just a number. It represents a colossal waste of resources, a drain on morale, and a significant loss of competitive advantage. And we're talking about missed market opportunities, delayed product launches, and even the erosion of investor and or consumer confidence. And think about the implications. Each stalled initiative, each abandoned project chips away at an organization's potential. It creates a ripple effect that impacting not just the bottom line, but also the very fabric of our corporate culture, breeding cynicism and undermining trust and stifling innovation. I guess we can dub this the why bother effect. So today, we want to address this pervasive challenge head on. We want to introduce one of the 10 key principles of metacognitive modulation. It's a philosophy that can transform an organization's ability to execute, called the intention initiative. Now, this isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a strategic imperative, a mindset that can differentiate you, your company, or any project into a fiercely competitive landscape. It's a core tenet of the most successful companies and leaders in the world. It's the difference between promising or wishing and delivering, doing. It's the difference between talking the walk and walking the talk. So let's unpack the essence of the intention initiative. It's a three-pronged approach of clarity of intention, resilience in the face of adversity, and relentless execution.
All right, thanks, Ross. So let's start with the big one, clarity of intention. This isn't just setting goals and calling it a day. Not what we're talking about. It's defining your goals with laser focus. There's a major difference, right? Making sure those goals align with your bigger vision and communicating them so clearly that everyone on your team, even if the team is you, right? Everyone on your team knows exactly what's expected and why it matters. Here's an easy way to picture it. Okay, imagine you're piloting a boat down a foggy river. The boat, your actions, and your efforts. The river, that's your path to your goal. And the fog, that's all the distractions, the unknowns, and external pressures that are clouding your vision. Now imagine there are three captains that are navigating this foggy river. First, there's Captain Jack. He's got his map out, his compass is locked, and his destination clear as day, even if he can't see it through the fog. Every move he makes is deliberate, every course correction purposeful. But Jack knows exactly where he's headed. And that clarity is his guiding light. Then there's young Finn, right? Finn's got a boat, some ambition, but no real plan. He's out there like, I'll just go somewhere cool. The fog messes with his sense of direction, and without a clear destination, he's just drifting in circles, chasing illusions in the mist. And finally, there's Captain Ryan. Ryan's a mess, right? He's aiming for three or four different destinations at once. His compass is busted, spinning all over the place. He keeps changing direction, wasting energy, and growing more frustrated by the second. Now, he's not just lost, he's stuck. The fog is life, people. Here's what it is, it's there, it's going to be there. The difference between Jack, Finn, and Ryan, it all comes down to clarity, because without it, you're either drifting or spinning in circles. But with it, you can cut through the chaos and stay on course no matter how thick the fog gets. So, the takeaway: clarity of intention isn't just nice to have, it's your essential compass. It's the difference between chasing your goals and actually reaching them.
Exactly. So the second on the list is resilience in the face of adversity. We've all experienced this, and we will all continue to experience this. And here we want to stress a poignant fact. The path to success is rarely linear. It's fraught with obstacles and setbacks and unexpected challenges. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to learn from failures, and to persevere in the face of adversity. This is not a blind optimism. It's about realistic optimism, grounded in the belief of the goal and the ability to get there. As an example, I'll tell you a little short story. The wind was howling, and a savage beast, it's like a savage beast, just tearing away at the landscape. It was a bad storm. Matter of fact, I just had one here last night. An old man Thatcher's hut perched precariously on a cliff edge. It shuddered and it groaned, and the mighty oak that had stood sentinel for generations cracked and fell, its roots ripped from the earth. But beside it, a stand of bamboo swayed and bending low, almost touching the ground, yet refusing to break. Inside the hut, Thatcher, his face was etched with the lines of 1,000 storms, and he watched the tempest through the cracked window. He knew the oak. He knew its strength, and it was a symbol of unwavering might. He'd seen it weather countless gales, its rigid branches defiant against the sky, yet this storm, with its relentless fury, proved too much. And outside, a single bamboo stalk, bent, nearly doubled, began to rise. Slowly, gracefully, it straightened, its slender form swaying but unbroken. And the wind still raged, but the bamboo, with its inherent flexibility, yielded, and then returned again and again and again. And Thatcher remembered a time long ago when his own life had been shattered, like the fallen oak. It just reminded him of that. He goes, yeah, oh my God, I remember when I was that strong ugh. And the loss and the despair had threatened to break him, to rip him from his own foundations of life. But he, like the bamboo, had learned to bend and to adapt and to yield to the storm's fury. He had learned that true strength wasn't in unyielding rigidity, but in the ability to sway, to absorb, and to rise again. And later, after the storm had passed, a young apprentice, Ilara, came to Thatcher's hut, and she noticed a broken clay pot on his shelf, its pieces meticulously joined with shimmering gold. Master, she asked, why repair it? It's broken. Thatcher smiled, his eyes reflecting the golden light. This is kintsugi, Ilara. It is the art of honoring the broken. And this pot, like us, has endured hardship. And we do not hide the cracks, but instead we celebrate them. For in the mending, we find new beauty, a strength born from the very things that sought to break us. We do not return to what we were, but become more valuable because of the damage. And Ilara looked at the mended pot, and then at the resilient bamboo, and finally back at Thatcher, and his eyes filled with a quiet strength. And she understood then that resilience wasn't about avoiding the storms of life, but about learning to bend, to mend, and to emerge more beautiful and more valuable because of the storm.
And last but not least, let's talk about resilience, relentless execution, where the rubber meets the road. Okay. This is the difference between dreaming about success and actually achieving it. It's about turning big ideas into small, actionable steps and then showing up every day to make those steps count. It's about consistency. It's about focus. It's about creating a culture where everyone owns their role and follows through. But let me be clear, this isn't about burning yourself out or working hard for the sake of it. It's about working smarter, about staying disciplined, and doing the right things consistently. This is how innovation stops being a buzzword and starts being something you achieve. Goals don't just get set, they get done. So picture this. There's this massive, unyielding granite mountain standing tall, like a challenge daring you to take it on. And at the base of the mountain stands Kai, a lone stonecutter, hammer and chisel in hand. And he's not there to make bold speeches or daydream about what could be. He's there to work. When Kai first started, people laughed. You're wasting your time, they said. That mountain isn't going anywhere. But Kai wasn't worried about what they thought. He understood the secret. The mountain doesn't care about his feelings or how big the task looks. It only responds to the strike of the chisel. So day in, day out, Kai chipped away. Every swing of his hammer seemed small, almost insignificant. But he knew better. He knew that consistency beats intensity every time. Sure, there's others, right, who gave up when the first 100 strikes didn't make a dent, but Kai kept going. He didn't focus on the entire mountain, just the next strike. So one day you roll up and you come by and you ask, Kai, how can you keep going day after day with no end in sight? And Kai wiped the sweat from his brow and he said, well, it's easy. The stone doesn't care if I'm tired or uninspired or if it's raining. It only cares about the next strike. That's the secret. You don't have to carve a mountain all at once. You do it one small, deliberate hit at a time. And over the years, the shape of the magnificent bird began to emerge from the granite. And when it was finally finished, people traveled from far and wide to marvel at the masterpiece. And they called Kai a genius, a visionary. But Kai, he just simply smiled. He knew the truth. It wasn't genius that carved the mountain. It wasn't the relentless, consistent, it was the relentless, consistent rhythm of the hammer and the chisel. And that's what relentless execution looks like. It's not glamorous. Sure, we understand that. It's not flashy, as some would want it always to be, but it's the only way to turn vision into reality. So here's the deal. If you combine clear intention with resilient growth and you top it up with relentless execution, you have the ultimate blueprint for success. You'll navigate challenges with confidence. You'll turn setbacks into stepping stones, and you'll achieve results that people can't ignore. Now, this isn't just about hitting goals. I keep saying that. It's about creating lasting change and amplifying your influence to a level that transforms everything you touch.
Exactly. That's beautiful, beautiful. And the benefits of embracing the intention initiative extend far, far beyond the individual projects. They permeate the entire organization, any organization, driving tangible results and creating a sustainable competitive advantage. Whether it be increased project completion rates or improved ROI on strategic initiatives, whether it be enhanced team morale and accountability, faster time to market, increased market share. Because in today's fast-paced market, speed is paramount. And by streamlining your processes and eliminating unnecessary delays, products and services can be brought to market faster than your competitors who are using the old ways without the costly and embarrassing mistakes and product failures. And all of this in turn allows you to constantly be delivering on your promises and exceeding customer expectations. Thus, you can build a strong brand reputation and capture a larger share of the market. So by fostering a culture of accountability and focused execution, we can significantly reduce project delays and cost overruns. And when teams see their efforts translate into tangible results, they are more engaged, they're more motivated, and they become accountable themselves. This is not just theory. This is all proven. Companies that follow this methodology are more successful and more agile. Okay, so now, how do we translate this principle into practical action? Well, I propose the following concrete steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the highlights, but we're going to put the actual details of these in the comments. So the first one is you need to implement clear intention and setting protocols. And then you're going to want to foster a culture of accountability and resilience, a culture I mean, it's woven within everyone within your organization. Instead, and invest in tools and training. Okay. If Kai didn't have a chisel and a good chisel, he's going to be up in that mountain for a long time. So, and establish clear metrics for measuring the progress. Because if you can't measure it, you can't track it. And mostly, we'll end that one with lead by example. It's not a do as I say, it's do as I do.
Which, again, is what we always talk about here. Is it's about implementation, right? And so we challenge each and every one of you to personally look at how you can adopt this principle and these lessons and champion them with your own respective teams, with yourself, and know that this is not a one-time initiative. It's a fundamental shift in your own internal culture and your organizational culture. So, the way to do that is to commit today to transforming your organization into a powerhouse of focused execution, right? So, embrace the principle of the intention initiative. Use it as a guiding force in everything you do. Hey, test it out for a week. Notice what happens. If you're starting to notice some shifts, test it out for another week. I'm not asking you to turn everything upside down and demolish things and try to work your way, the hard way of coming back up. That's not the model we're looking at. And by doing so, you not only achieve your strategic goals, but you'll also redefine what's possible for your organization. You start to build a legacy of innovation and resilience and unwavering commitment. So that's our show for today, everyone. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel because there's lots more on the horizon as we prepare for the upcoming release of the metacognitive modulation and our upcoming interviews. It's going to be pretty amazing. We have some really cool ones and additional programs we have set for you guys. So in closing, we like to leave you with our weekly dare. And we do it weekly because we know that sometimes you need that reminder, right? That you don't have to, again, start with a small steps. If you can do it just for a week, if you can do it just for today, I dare you to be exceptional. If you choose the dare, I dare you to be exceptional today and then tomorrow and then every day after that. And the only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. I'm Gary. That's Ross. We're Infinite Mastery Consulting. And we hope to see you again next Thursday. Every Thursday, we're here with either a live or a live presentation from us or an interview experience. So make sure you tune in. We look forward to seeing you then. Take care, everyone.
See you then. Bye bye.